Hey Phantomaniacs, welcome to the newest unboxing here on the Needless Things YouTube channel. Today we are taking a look at the Masters of the Universe Origins Snake Mountain Evil Stronghold of Skeletor. This just arrived today. I cannot wait to open it up and check it out. The box art is absolutely incredible. I still have, look over here at this Snake Man. This is one from the 4-pack that's at Big Bad Toy Store right now, with some kind of Sonic business coming out of its mouth. Lots of Snake Men on here, but we'll flip it over in a second and see just how significant everything that's on this box is. So just gorgeous art. And then on the top, we've got some of the features outlined up there. The Stronghold folds and opens for easy play. Striking snake, terrify all intruders. I'm not going to read all those because we're going to take a look at them when we do a close-up once we get this thing opened. But I love seeing this. This is fun. This is fun box art stuff. And then on the back of the box, a very clever cross-sell. A lot of the stuff that's currently available back here. We've got the Mini Comic Manny faces that should be arriving at Big Bad any day now, and perhaps other retailers, although Amazon canceled mine. This is just fantastic cross-sell and cool art, like great diorama work. It's a great looking box. They've done a great job with this. Mattel has handled Masters of the Universe Origins possibly better than any toy line has ever been handled. So one thing that I'm noticing here, Castle Grayskull came with the Temple of Darkness Sorceress, the white variant of the Sorceress. And this one does not seem to include a figure, which I don't care. I could have done without that Sorceress. And if it kept the price down, because I believe the price on this was $79.99, although Big Bad had it for $84.99, which is, it seems like it's a bargain, but we'll find out once we open this thing up, which let's go ahead and do that. Totally missed. This is yet another angle I'm kind of trying. It's been a long week. I didn't feel like being on camera. So I thought rather than do my usual intro with the big box in front of me, I would just come right out of the gate with the high camera angle. Oh man. Look at that. Everything just slides right out. Oh, you know why it slides right out? There is plastic film. You're not going to be able to see it probably. Oh, there it is. There's plastic film underneath that facilitated the slide of the cardboard. So that was nice, protective and practical. Let's see what else we got going on here. I've got the instructions, very important. Let's do this. Let's set this off to the side, and we'll get each element out here as we go. Got the cell and the gate. Got one of the levels of flooring. The bridge pieces, which it's really funny to me that the bridge on this one, Weapons Rack, a standard of Masters of the Universe, the bridge on this one is so much larger than the bridge on the Classics Snake Mountain, which I plan to compare this to, because I think I can just clear a few things out of the way and get a nice shot. Oh, the Bone Throne. Excellent. Okay, so look. Those look like the skulls of, what did they come with? The faceless one? Is that, no, I don't think that's what I'm thinking of. The Hordak's boss. That looks like the skull of the alternate head that came with Hordak's boss that I think was from like a German mini comic or something. I don't remember what it was. Very interesting. All right. The snake, of course, which there's a lot more to this snake because it was important that this be a toy and not just a big giant diorama playset. And that's not to say anything negative about Super 7's Snake Mountain, because that thing is incredible. My review is available on this channel, as a matter of fact. But, you know, I like, as much as I like big, fancy, expensive collectibles, what I really like is toys. This thing is packed very well. Lots of tissue paper in there to keep everything from getting scratched up. I've got a little bag of business here. All right, that's everything out of there. Got a hideous spider. A weird little goblin. Some of the same weapons that came with the skeleton warriors that I just opened. And a little dragon fellow. And I think that might be everything. Alright, so here's our shell. Oh, wait a minute. No, we've got this, which is not any kind of functioning microphone, but was an important piece of the original set. We got some real Scooby-Doo colors going on back here. Let me cut this piece of plastic off. More protective tissue paper. And that's important. That's another important thing, is that as great a job as Mattel is doing making excellent toys in this line, they are also very protective of them. Oh, look at this gooey vine mess. Covering up this little entrance down here. You've got the jaw. We'll play with that a little bit more. Am I in shot over here? There we go. You've got the chains to chain up your captive on the front of the mountain, which I suppose is to stave off any kind of assault. Like if He-Man and the Masters are mounting an attack on Snake Mountain, then they just put their prisoner up front here, and that limits the avenues of attack that they have. So there it is. All the parts and pieces and whatnot. Just awesome. And now I'm going to put it together, and then we will do a tour of Snake Mountain. All right, we've got a comparison here of, in the back, obviously, the Super 7 Masters of the Universe Classic Snake Mountain, and then our smaller but more of a toy and certainly more conservatively priced Masters of the Universe Origins Snake Mountain. And now, shall we take a tour? Yes! Let's take a tour of my not humble abode. Ignore my ridiculous bobbling head. All right. Sorry, that's all the Skeletor I'm doing because I'm terrible at it. So right up here at the top, we've got the figure can be menaced by the ball-jointed snake head. Pretty impressive when compared with just the static but awesome-looking snake head on the original. And you can, this doesn't really So it's kind of just an up and down thing. You can't, it can't strike forward, but still pretty cool. And you can have if you want to get really wild, just turn it up that way. And there you go. That really doesn't look great at all. We'll just turn that right back around. It's interesting. I don't feel like this is the best place for this swivel. I would have preferred it if it were able to rotate down here somewhere, so it actually could, like this joint, if this was a joint right here, so it actually could strike at somebody standing right there. But, you know, whatever. So we'll ball jointed head and an opening articulated jaw to bite those figures in half if you so desire. So let's move that up out of the way. Take a look at our gate. By the way, take a look at the gloss on the eyes and the fangs of the wolf head. Pretty nice touch. Gate opens up just like you'd expect. What's that in there? Oh, well, you'll just have to wait and see because we're going to turn this thing around in a minute. I've got these great gooey, rubbery vines concealing a exit for when Superman, for when He-Man attacks. Your bad guys can dive out through here, or perhaps your good guys can sneak in this way, but get stopped by the gooey vines. Yeah, that doesn't really work this way. Okay, I've got the bridge, which there is our Origins bridge, and there is the Classics bridge. Now, I will say this for the Classics bridge, it's got that awesome lava waterfall behind it, which is gorgeous and translucent, and if you've got a light behind it, it looks incredible. But this, for play value, oh, that's the other thing about this set, foot pegs. All over the place. On the stairs, up here, on the bridge. So lots of options for actually posing figures and not worrying about them falling over. You can go over here. You got your demonic face. I've got a couple of stickers here. Oh gosh, look at this. That's not great. The sticker's coming off. It's a really thick one too. It almost feels like it's like a cardboard. I'm gonna keep an eye on that. We've got the moving jaw, which works. We'll take a look at the back of the set in a minute. But you've got a really good amount of articulation on the jaw, which is actually better than what we've got on the Super 7 version. And again, don't get me wrong, the Super 7 version is incredible. It's a centerpiece of my toy collection. But this is like a great, great toy. I got more pegs on the stairs leading up. And then you can see the difference there. You've got that breakaway wall on the Super 7 version. And then just, you know, because this is so much smaller, just kind of ends there. Over here, you've got where you chain up your prisoners. Pop their hands off, put them through the manacles, which I actually prefer because they're more secure up there now than if it was the little C-clamp that is often the case with these kinds of things. So these are rubbery, they're great, and since the figures have removable hands, why not make use of that? You've also got your rotating wolf head. And just interesting to see how differently things are placed when you've got a more compact design. So there you go. That is the front of Snake Mountain. Beautiful paint. I really like how much more contrast there is in this version. Because you can see here on the Super 7, they went with a little more subdued realism, I guess you'd say. But here they've got these great grays and blacks and the purples. There's just a lot more variety on this one. So let's turn it around and take a look at the interior. And here is the interior of Snake Mountain. So Skeletor's bone throne is right over here. You can kind of ease him into that chair. He sits pretty well, all things considered. This is the rotating wolf head right there, and then under here you can see where you operate the jaw. Got a really nice sticker on the bottom here. A lot of this set. So these are all super thick stickers. Very interesting. A lot of this set reminds me of Scooby-Doo. Like, look at that skull and look at the colors of the toxic sludge or acid lake or what. Well, I guess it's an acid lake, as we'll see in a minute. And just the colors are really nice looking. So let's see. Poor old Skeletor. Get him out of this bone throne. Actually, let's unplug the bone throne so you can see the detail of the computer back there. And if you want, you can stick the bone throne over on this side or do whatever you want. There are options. But before we get to that, you'll notice we've got the ladder here. And it looks like this is the bottom of the ladder because these line up perfectly with those notches. And this does not really. But we're going to get that ladder out of the way because we've got other business to attend to. A jail cell that kind of doesn't... I thought it would affix into place like in a specific way, and it doesn't. It just sort of sits there. It doesn't latch in any kind of way on this side. So you have an unwary visitor. Hello, I need to borrow a cup of sugar. Comes in through the front door. That head is insanely loose, and that's just how it is. And they just pause for just a moment on that grating that very obviously is not a trapdoor in any way. And then, oh, right into the cage. Or if they're unlucky and Beastman has forgotten to reset the cage for the day, or there's already a prisoner, they fall into the pool of acid, which is inhabited by various little creatures that can plug into place back over here. And even a little rock that you can move around and put wherever you want, which I thought was a pretty neat effect. So, now that somebody's been captured... Oh, you know what? I'm a fool. That slides right into there. Okay. So that's actually... That does slide into place. I just thought it sat on the ground. This is much cooler. I should have given Mattel more credit. Okay, so let's get Skeletor out of there, as though he hasn't been traumatized enough today. Close that door back up, and let's try that again. If I can get him to stand on that grate again. I can't believe I accomplished that. Look at that. That's how good these figures are. With one hand and a little maneuvering, I can get it to stand up. So, now, hello, that cup of sugar, please. Oh! So now he falls directly into the cage. But here we have a problem, which is kind of why I didn't think about... Look, he's still standing in there. The cage being right here is because you can't close it back up with a figure in there. Unless maybe the figure falls like flat on its face. Oh, there you... Okay, you can. So this is going to be a trick, because you have to hold the button down, pull the grating up. There we go. All right, so now we've got our prisoner face down in the cage. And we're going to take this cage, and magic is going to slide it out of place over here. Eventually. We're getting there. It's happening. And then it slides into place under here. Now, why it's suspended here, I don't really know. That's just the magic of Mattel design. I'm not going to bother pushing that all the way in. You can see the notches. Well, I guess I am. There we go. Okay. So now that's kind of suspended on this side, but we are not done with Skeletor yet. Because I think, and I'm sure you guys will agree, we just need to drop him into that pool of acid before we're done here. I don't really care about the sugar anymore. I'd like to leave now. And he falls into the pool of acid. But that's not the end of our story, because... well, we'll do it over here, because it's funnier. Because of the modular nature of these figures, yes, you can actually depict somebody melting in a pool of acid. Oh, what a world, what a world, the humanity. Oh. And there it is. The horrors. Yeah, you could... oh, no, they're plugins. Okay, so the horrors of Snake Mountain have now been revealed, thanks to the Needless Things YouTube channel. I hope you enjoyed this little tour of this incredible toy. Oh, wait, one more thing. This horrible spider up here that I guess can go on one of these too for some reason. Or maybe that's, I don't know what that's for. But they're little peg holes all over. Oh, there we go. You can kind of put it over here, I think. Maybe, maybe not. Yeah, that's not going to work. Oh, there we go. Okay, so it can hang out right there. Lots of exciting spider options for all of your spider creature needs. There you go. Masters Universe Origins, Snake Mountain, under $100, between 80 and 90, I guess, depending on where you get it. Worth every penny to me. It's a great toy. It's a lot of fun. It looks great. I don't know where I'm going to put it, but I'm glad I've got it because this toy line is, I think, the best one at retail right now. I don't know if this is going to show up in stores or not. I know online retailers have it now. So whatever the case, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, share, tell your friends about Needless Things. And until next time,
smash that like button if you like Needless Things.